Alright guys, so today we're going to be given some information and we need to create the equation of the ellipse. So the first thing to do is to draw a rough sketch of what our graph is going to look like. So it goes -7 and 7 for our vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So those are our vertices, and our foci are 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So our ellipse looks kind of like that, only better. So the vertices are on the end points. Then after we sketch it, then we need to look at this. So if we look back at our formula, we have an ellipses that goes like this and an ellipses that goes like this. And we're going to be looking at this side, okay? So the next thing we need to figure out are our H and K, which is our center, and our A and our B. So we're going to figure out our H and our K, our center. It's halfway in between the two vertices, and this one's easy because we go 7 this way and 7 this way, so halfway in between our center is at 0, 0. Then we can use what we have right now to figure out our A. So if you remember from this guy, on the major axis for the one that goes horizontal, which is the one that we're working on right now, so this, 2A is the length of the major axis. So if I'm looking at this major axis, I count 7 here and 7 here, so 14. So 2A, the whole length of this axis, is equal to 14, which means that A is equal to 7. Okay, so now we have our center, which is our H and our K. We have focus and vertices and our A. So we need to figure out a B or a C, and here is why. When we have our focus or our foci, if you look here, our formula has a C in it. So in order to get our B, we can use the Pythagorean relation, but we have to have a C first. And it's the same thing getting your A if you have the B. So I know that for the focus, the furthest, well, let's do this one. Let's do the positive ones. So the one on the right-hand side is our positive dot. So this focus right here. And this focus is at 3, 0. This is the X value and the Y value. So I know this relationship. I know that one of my center parts, my H, and my C added to make my focus. So I know that H plus C is equal to, and if I'm looking at this ordered pair, X goes first and then Y. Okay? So it's equal to my X value that's in my focus. Alright, well I know my H is 0. We're going to add C to that, and that's what we're trying to figure out. And my focus value, my X value, is 3. So I'm going to plug in 3 here. And then we solve for C. So -0, -0, so C is equal to 3. So I have A and C, and now we're going to solve for B. So our Pythagorean relation, we're going to use this one that was at the very beginning. A squared equals B squared plus C squared. It's not quite the Pythagorean formula, but it's super close. But you need to use this version of it. So it's A squared equals B squared plus C squared. And then we plug in our A and our B or our A and our C to figure out B. So A is 7, so we've got 7 squared equals our B squared plus our C squared, which is 3. And if you get a negative for C, it's fine because we're going to plug in it and get a positive anyways. So 49 equals B squared plus 9, minus 9 on each side. And 40 is equal to B squared, and the square root of B squared, B is equal to the square root of 40. And you don't have to do anything else. Okay, now we're ready for our formula. It just doesn't seem like we are, but we are. So we do X minus H, and our H is 0, so I'm going to write it over here. X minus H, and it's 0, and Y minus our K, which is also 0, squared, over, and then on this side it's my A squared, so I've got 7 squared, and then on this side it's my b squared, so the square root of 40 squared equals 1. Well, let's just simplify. I don't need my zeros up here, so that gives me an x squared and a y squared. And then underneath, 7 squared is 49, and the square root of 40 squared is 40. So here is the equation for my ellipse. Now let's do it again. Okay, number 4. So this one shifts a little bit. So I'm going to draw my picture, and if I'm looking right here, it looks like it's going to go vertically because my y's repeat and my x's do not. So I'm going to draw it slightly different, a little taller than my last one. Okay, my vertice is at 2, 2, and then my other vertice is at 8, 2. Oh well. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2. My foci is at 4. Oh, I did not count this over well. Oh no, it is. It's horizontal. I'm being silly. Sorry, my bad. Pretend like Miss Nebuchadnezzar didn't make mistakes, even though they happen. Okay, let's try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, 2, 2, 8, 2. This is much better. 4. I'm gonna make that one a little bit better. So my ellipse is in here. 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, and 5, 6, 2. Okay, so in between halfway is my center. So my center is at 5, 2. And then all the way across, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my 2a, because that's my major, is equal to 6. So divide by 2 on each side, and a equals 3. Okay, now we are going to pick, so we're still looking on the first one. We're looking at the bigger ordered pair, the more positive one. And that would be this guy for the focus. And my x value is 6. So the x value. So my x value of my focus equals h plus c. So x equals h plus c. Well, my x value is 6 and my h, remember it's hk, is 5 minus 5 on each side, and c is equal to 1. Then we use our Pythagorean relation. So that is a squared equals b squared plus c squared. And I know that a is 3, so 3 squared, and we're figuring out what b is, and I know that c is 1. 3 squared is 9, which equals b squared and 1. Oh, plus, my bad, minus 1 on each side. 8 is equal to b squared. And again, you can simplify this radical, but there's no need to. Now we put this into our formula. So we have x minus my h. My h is 5 squared, and y minus my k, which is 2 squared, over my a squared. A is 3, 3 squared is 9, and my b squared is the square root of 8, and the square root of 8 squared is 8, and that is equal to 1. Alright, let's just keep going. Okay, for this one, again, a picture. I'm going to do better this time. This guy is vertical. -2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -2, 0. Those are my foci. 7, 8. 8 is here. And then down to here. Okay. So this is my ellipse, and then halfway in between, so what have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 1, 2, 3. So this is halfway. So my center is at -2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's my center. Remember, that's your h and your k. All right, then my A, so remember the A is always the longer, it doesn't matter if it's horizontal or vertical. So the A goes from -2 all the way up. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 2A is equal to 10. Divide each side by 2, and A is equal to 5. All right, so now we need to figure out our C. On the vertical, it shifts, so you have to be careful. A few things are different on the vertical. So when I'm looking at my focus, I'm looking at my Y value of my focus, and that's equal to K plus C. So Y equals K plus C. And that is the Y on my focus. And I am going to pick my top focus because that's what I want to pick, the bigger one. So my Y is 6. So we have 6 equals K, which is 3 plus C, minus 3 on each side, and C is equal to 3. All right. Because it's 3 away, 1, 2, 3. I'm pretty sure that's the thing, is C is this distance here. But then it didn't work here, so I don't know. Anyways, moving on. Now we use our Pythagorean relation. So we have a squared equals b squared plus c squared. Our a is 5, so 5 squared equals b squared plus 3 squared. So 25 equals b squared plus 9 minus 9. And we have, what, 16 is equal to b squared? That one's nice. So b equals 4. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we're going to write our equation, but you have to be really careful because remember the b and the a swap. Okay, so to write this equation, it is x minus h, and my h is -2, so plus 2 squared, and y minus 3 squared, there's my center, equals 1. B goes first, so b is 4 squared, and then a goes second, and a is 5 squared, so x plus 2 squared over 16 plus y minus 3 squared over 25 is equal to 1. Okay, on the back side, changed it a tiny bit. Pictures help. So I gave you the vertices and the minor axis length. So, oh, we're tall. Oh, put this way. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So those are our vertices. So we don't have the foci, which is fine. And it says that the minor axis length is 8. So, all right. We know that the length, the minor axis is our b value. So we know that b is equal to 8. No, 2b is equal to 8 because the minor axis length is 2b on both of these. Well, we're on this one. So 2b. So 2b is equal to 8, so divide by 2, and b is equal to 4. And then we can also figure out a. And I guess we don't need to use Pythagorean theorem because a is, well, this is down 14, 15, 16. So 2a is equal to 16. Then divide each side by 2, and a is 8. And then we can write our formula. Oh no, we need our center. Oh, we can get our center. Okay, so if this whole length was 16, halfway is 8. So we'll just go up 8 from the bottom. This was 14, right? I hope so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So our center is at -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, -6. This is our h and our k. So we're done. We have x minus our h over our b squared, so 16, and y minus rk, which is over a squared, so 64. There's the equation of our ellipse. Okay, one more. Okay, so the foci are at -5, -5, and -13, -5. Okay, so we're just really far this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, and then it's down what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, it doesn't matter. Dot there and a dot there. So those are my foci. That's not my vertices. But halfway between is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my center is here. This is -5, -6, -7, -8, -9. So -9, -5 is my center. So that's my H and my K. Okay, and then it says my major axis length is 10. So this was 8, so 9, 10. So my major axis length is my A, so my vertices would be here and here. Because that's the whole thing. So 2A is equal to 10. So we divide that guy, and A is equal to 5. Now we need B. We don't have any information about B, so we need to use C. So it's horizontal. So remember horizontal. And look at the far right dot for my foci. And my X on my foci is equal to H plus C. So X equals H plus C. And then this is on my far right foci. So my -5, my bigger number. So that's this guy. So X and Y. We've got -5 equals my H, which is -9 plus C. So add 9 to each side, and C equals 4. Okay, so now we need to use our Pythagorean relation. A squared equals B squared plus C squared. And then we're going to plug in our information. So we have 5 squared equals B squared plus 4 squared. 25 equals B squared plus 16. Minus 16 on each side, and 9 equals B squared, and we could even do that, and it's nice, and B equals 3. So then we're writing our formula. So we have our X minus our H, which is 9, and the Y minus our K, which is 5, and then we have A first, because it's a horizontal. So my A is 5 squared, which is 25, and my B is 3 squared, which is 9. There we are. Okay, let me know if you have any more questions. Have a great day. Bye.